The last example today for ellipses is going to be this one where we have the graph and we want to write the equation of this ellipse. Now in general here what you want to do is to use the endpoints, the major and minor axes, to write the equation. So if we're given those points, if we know those things, we're going to use that as our main way of finding it. However, there are going to be some problems that you'll encounter in the assignment where the foci values are given rather than both of these endpoints. So if the foci values are given, if you're maybe given C and A, what you need to do is use the Pythagorean relation first to make sure that you get both A and B in this case. So look for that later on in the assignment. Now what we have here though is we're going to be using A and B right off the bat because we have a center for one thing. If we set up this equation, I'm just going to make my two fractions, and the standard equation has them being equal to 1. Now one thing I want to do first is notice this center is not at 0, 0. So kind of like the last example, we have to do those shifts on the in the numerator to account for the difference in the center. So we went over 4 to the left and up 2. That means with the x, we want to do the opposite of the negative 4. We're going to do x plus 4, because that means that we fill in negative 4, shifted over 4 to the left. And then on the y, we went up 2, again, opposite of what you would think here is y minus 2, because then positive 2 makes this numerator 0. So we have most of the equation here. We've got the center taken care of. Now we just got to determine how far away are we from the center for each of these, for the major and the minor axis. Now what we need to do is not think about the entire length of the axis, but think about half the length, because we're either this much on one side or the other. Now here it looks like from negative 4 to 0, this is a distance of 4. And if you go this direction, from 2 to 5, that's going to be a distance of 3. So that means that this is more of a horizontal ellipse than a vertical. The larger number is going to be going under the x, so it's 4 squared in this case. That goes under here. The vertical is going to be 3 squared. And so now we have everything we need, and that answer is just that, with the 16 and the 9. So that's a way that we can write the equation of ellipse given the graph or given other information. We don't always have the graph given to us, but keep in mind that if you're given C, if you're given the foci values, first use the Pythagorean relation to make sure that you've got A and B, because that's going to make the problem able to be solved the rest of the way.